Hi everyone, it's Monday, February 9th, 2026, and wow, we are dealing with a significant winter weather situation across southern Ontario. Environment Canada has issued yellow cold warnings for the entire region, with wind chill values hitting -30 to -35 degrees Celsius. This educational weather forecast is based on Environment Canada data, and this is the real deal, folks. Right now across the GTA, we're sitting at brutally cold temperatures. At Toronto Pearson International Airport, we're at -7 degrees, but with the wind chill it feels like -30 this morning. Hamilton is at -12 with a wind chill of -18. London is experiencing similar conditions with wind chills near -30. This is not a day to be outside for extended periods, and I cannot emphasize this enough. Frostbite can develop within minutes on exposed skin at these temperatures. Environment Canada issued these yellow cold warnings at 10:22 a.m. Eastern Time yesterday morning for Toronto and much of the Golden Horseshoe, with similar warnings posted at 3:10 p.m. Sunday for Toronto specifically. Now here's something important. These are yellow warnings, which means moderate impact level, but make no mistake, extreme cold puts everyone at risk. The risks are greater for young children, older adults, people with chronic illnesses, people working or exercising outdoors, and those without proper shelter. If you're heading out this morning in Toronto, Hamilton, Kitchener-Waterloo, or anywhere across southern Ontario, you're looking at wind chill values of -30 through the morning commute. The actual air temperature at Pearson is -7, heading to a high of -7 again today. Now, here's where things get interesting. We're going to see a mix of sun and cloud transitioning to cloudy skies, and then periods of light snow beginning before morning Tuesday. There's also a risk of freezing drizzle before morning, which could make surfaces extremely slippery. Let me break down what's happening region by region across southern Ontario, moving from west to east. Starting with Windsor and Essex County, you folks are under a yellow cold warning as well, issued at 3:09 p.m. Eastern Time Sunday. Right now, at Windsor Airport, we're sitting at -14 degrees with a wind chill of -17. Tonight you're dropping to -21. What makes Windsor's situation unique is that you've also got a yellow advisory for freezing drizzle issued at 3:21 a.m. Friday morning. Areas of freezing drizzle this morning could make surfaces slippery. Roads, walkways, and other surfaces will likely become icy, and these icy surfaces will be difficult to detect. If you're driving in Windsor this morning, turn on your lights, slow down, and maintain a safe following distance. The good news for Windsor is that temperatures are going to moderate faster than areas to the east. You're looking at a high of -5 today. Moving east to London and Parkhill in eastern Middlesex County, the cold warning was issued at 4:31 a.m. Eastern Time this morning. Wind chills of -30 to -35 are continuing through this morning. London, you're currently experiencing these brutal wind chills, and here's the kicker. You've got no active winter weather alerts beyond the cold warning. Your forecast calls for a mix of sun and cloud today with a high of -7. Then tonight periods of light snow with 40% chance of flurries and a low of -11. Now let's shift to Hamilton and the Niagara region, because this is where we've got a multi-threat situation. Hamilton is currently at -12 at the airport with mainly sunny skies, but that wind chill is sitting at -18. You're heading to a high of -6 today, with sunny skies becoming a mix of sun and cloud this afternoon. But here's what's critical. Tonight you're getting periods of light snow with a low of -11, and then Tuesday, periods of light snow continue with a high jumping up to +2 degrees. That's a 14-degree temperature swing in 24 hours, folks. For Niagara Falls and the southern Niagara region, you've had an incredibly challenging weekend. Environment Canada issued a yellow advisory for blowing snow at 9:28 a.m. Eastern Time Saturday morning, with poor visibility in snow and blowing snow continuing. What you're dealing with is significantly reduced visibility in blowing snow with strong wind gusts that were hitting 40 to 60 kilometers per hour through the weekend. Strong northwesterly winds have been leading to blowing snow and significantly reduced visibility. Travel has been hazardous due to near-zero visibility at times, and road closures have been possible. The advisory warned to consider postponing non-essential travel until conditions improve. All right, let's head to the Greater Toronto Area, the heart of southern Ontario. Toronto Pearson is reporting -7 degrees right now, and with that wind chill, we're at -30 this morning. The yellow cold warning issued at 3:10 p.m. Sunday is in effect, warning of wind chills -30 to -35 tonight into Monday morning. Here's your timeline for Toronto. Right now through early afternoon, we're looking at a mix of sun and cloud with that high of -7. Wind up to 15 kilometers per hour. Wind chill -30 in the morning, improving to -10 this afternoon, with a risk of frostbite. UV index is 2 or low. Not that anyone's worried about sunburn today. Tonight in Toronto is where things change. We're going cloudy with periods of light snow beginning before morning. There's a risk of freezing drizzle before morning as well. Wind up to 15 kilometers per hour. Low -9. Wind chill -8 in the evening and -14 overnight. This is a critical transition period because that freezing drizzle could create black ice conditions for the Tuesday morning commute. For Kitchener-Waterloo, you're at -13 at the airport right now, and you're looking at -10 for a high today with cloudy skies. Tonight, -11 with 40% chance of flurries. The yellow cold warning issued at 10:22 a.m. Sunday morning continues with wind chills of -30 to -35. Now let me talk about the extended forecast, because this cold pattern is going to break down over the next few days, but we've got some interesting weather to navigate first. Tuesday, February 10th, is going to be the turning point across southern Ontario. Toronto, you're jumping to a high of +1 degree. That's an 8-degree temperature increase from Monday. You've got a 70% chance of snow during the day with a low Tuesday night of -5 and 30% chance of flurries. Hamilton, you're at +2 Tuesday with periods of light snow, then -5 Tuesday night. London, you're at 0 degrees with 70% chance of snow. This transition is going to bring light to moderate snowfall across the region as milder air pushes in. Wednesday, February 11th, we're looking at highs around -1 to -3 across the region. Toronto sits at -1 with a mix of sun and cloud and 30% chance of flurries. Hamilton at 0 degrees, also with 30% chance of flurries. Wednesday night, lows drop back to -7 to -11 across southern Ontario. Thursday morning, February 12th, brings cloudy skies and temperatures around -2 to -4 during the day. Toronto at -2, Hamilton at -1. Night temperatures -8 to -11. We're not seeing any melting because temperatures stay well below freezing through the entire period. Friday, February 13th, continues the pattern with highs around -1 to -2 and a mix of sun and cloud. Friday night, lows of -7 to -10. Saturday, February 14th, Valentine's Day, we're looking at highs around 0 to +1 degree with a mix of sun and cloud. Much more pleasant conditions compared to what we're experiencing today. The bigger picture here is this. We're dealing with an Arctic air mass that has been locked in place across Ontario, and the polar vortex has remained weakened, allowing this brutally cold Arctic air to push south across Canada. What makes today particularly challenging is the combination of the extreme wind chill values and the transition to light snow and freezing drizzle tonight. We're talking about a multi-threat situation where the cold alone is dangerous, and then we're adding the complexity of slippery conditions developing overnight. Here's where this gets concerning from a model perspective. The European model, American GFS, and Canadian models are all showing similar solutions for this temperature transition Tuesday into Wednesday. We've got high confidence in the warming trend, but there's some uncertainty about exactly how much snow we'll see Tuesday. Current indications are 2 to 5 centimeters possible across the GTA, with localized amounts potentially higher in lake effect zones south and east of Lake Huron and across the Niagara region. Let me tell you what makes this cold outbreak significant from a historical perspective. We're not breaking records here, but wind chill values of -30 to -35 are certainly noteworthy for early February. The last time we saw a sustained cold pattern like this in southern Ontario was back in January 2024, and before that, the polar vortex disruptions in 2019 brought similar conditions. What's unique about this February is that we're seeing this cold following a relatively mild start to winter, so the shock to the system is more pronounced. Now, here's the critical safety information you need to know. At wind chill values of -30, Frostbite can develop in 10 to 30 minutes on exposed skin. At -35, that timeline drops to 5 to 10 minutes. This is not an exaggeration. This is a genuine health risk. Watch for cold-related symptoms: shortness of breath, chest pain, muscle pain and weakness, numbness and color change in fingers and toes. If you have to be outside today, dress warmly. Dress in layers that you can remove if you get too warm. The outer layer should be wind-resistant. Cover up. Frostbite can develop within minutes on exposed skin, especially with wind chill. Make sure you have a hat, gloves, and a scarf or neck warmer to protect your face. If possible, limit your time outdoors to essential activities only. For those of you commuting this morning, make sure you have emergency supplies in your vehicle: extra blankets, jumper cables, a flashlight, and a phone charger. If your car won't start due to the cold, and battery failures are common at these temperatures, you want to be prepared. Keep a bag of sand or kitty litter in your trunk for traction if you get stuck. Check on older family, friends, and neighbors today. If it's too cold for you to stay outside, it's too cold for your pet to stay outside. Bring pets indoors, and if you see outdoor cats or strays, try to provide them with shelter. For outdoor workers, take regularly scheduled breaks to warm up. Employers should be monitoring conditions and adjusting work schedules accordingly. Construction crews, utility workers, transit operators, anyone who has to be outside, please take this cold seriously. Municipal services across the region are responding. Toronto has activated its extreme cold weather plan, with warming centers open across the city. Hamilton has similar services available. If you or someone you know needs shelter from the cold, call 311 in your municipality for warming center locations. For the Tuesday morning commute, that freezing drizzle risk is concerning. Black ice can form quickly and is nearly impossible to see. Give yourself extra time Tuesday morning, drive slowly, and maintain increased following distances. If you don't have to drive Tuesday morning, consider working from home if that's an option. Looking ahead to the rest of the week, we're going to see gradual moderation in temperatures, but we're not returning to seasonal normals immediately. The seasonal normal high for early February in Toronto is around -2 degrees, and we'll be hovering right around that mark through the weekend. The long-range pattern suggests we'll stay in this cooler-than-normal regime through mid-February before we potentially see a more significant warming trend late in the month. Let me quickly recap the key points so you have everything you need to know. Yellow cold warning in effect across all of southern Ontario, with wind chill values -30 to -35 through Monday morning. Frostbite can develop in minutes. Light snow and freezing drizzle develops tonight into Tuesday morning across the GTA, Hamilton, and areas to the east. Tuesday brings a significant warm-up with temperatures jumping to 0 or above, accompanied by snow. Conditions improve through the week with highs around -1 to +1 by the weekend. This cold outbreak has been in place since late last week and is finally breaking down. Remember to check Environment Canada for the latest updates at weather.gc.ca. This is a developing situation, and while we're seeing improvement on the horizon, tonight's transition to snow and freezing drizzle requires vigilance. I'll be monitoring this closely and bringing you updates as conditions change. I'm committed to keeping you informed and keeping you safe during this significant winter weather event. Now, I want to hear from you. How much snow has fallen in your area over the weekend? Drop your totals in the comments below. I want to see who got the jackpot from any lake effect snow we've had. And what's the coldest wind chill you've experienced this winter? Comment your location and temperature. Let's see where it's been the most brutal across southern Ontario. Where are you watching from today? Shout out your city in the comments so we can see our weather community across the region. And who else is absolutely done with this deep freeze? Let me hear from everyone who's ready for spring to arrive. If you found this forecast helpful, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel for daily weather updates. I'm here every single day bringing you the most accurate forecast for southern Ontario. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any important weather alerts, especially with this active winter weather pattern we're in. I really appreciate you guys watching and trusting me to keep you informed. Your safety is my priority, and I'm committed to bringing you the most accurate forecast daily. Look out for each other during this weather event. Check on your neighbors, especially those who are vulnerable. We're all in this together. Stay safe out there, Southern Ontario. Bundle up, stay warm, limit your time outside today, and watch for that slippery weather arriving tonight. Take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next one.